And for our girls, let's start with Jiyeon. I, for one, I cannot find what Jiyeon has done wrong. I mean, maybe there's like a little bit of, should I say, gray area somewhere, but like, I don't think she has done like anything wrong. She did not approach Jungkook herself or anything. She just like fell for him because of how he was treating her. And then when like there's no reason to not fall for him since he also likes her, and they're able to like confirm their feelings were mutual and everything. The only thing that I say is like the only thing that I consider a gray area is because she definitely did not know what to do after that. I mean, she was definitely happy. She thought she wasn't going to meet anybody. Now she's meeting someone, and then the feeling is mutual. But then like three other girls likes him. Like I think she definitely like did not know what to do. At first, she was like acting as if like nothing is like going on, and then when she was going out for the overnight date, the way she was like saying bye to the girls, I mean, I would have advised her to not do that. I think it would have been different if she had talked to them first. Maybe like talk to Minion separately and talk to definitely her roommate separately. Or like I don't think like it's not like she needed their permission or she needed to ask for their forgiveness. Just this kind of like this kind of talk that you just like had to have. Because no matter how like odd you do what she also knows that like she's doing nothing wrong. She just can't help but feel hurt. Now I know people have been like kind of bringing up her trauma and being like, oh, didn't she say this? Then why is she acting this? No, that is just wrong. The only thing for me is that I'm a bit like worried for her. I really hope your relationship lasts. And even if it doesn't last, I hope she like, however it ends, she's able to like take care of herself, get herself out of it like very easily. I hope it like doesn't give her like more trauma. And then we have you do. You do is my girl. You do is my girl. For the moment I saw her with like pink hair and everything, and the moment they like told us like our problem was like she yapped too much. That was so like I was like, oh, that shows how cute she is. And we saw that she was like, and we saw that she was also like a really impressive girl. Like with the way like the job that she has, she's like the youngest with us. She's like going to like a good school. She just seemed like a really good package. And then it's kind of over that she was going to be on the cute side. I was like, I hope people don't like hate on her for being cute. And I've seen people be like, oh, she's acting all, I don't know, coy. She's like kind of like sly or something like that. To me, she's just a soft girl, and she's not even a soft girl. She's just a girl. Because I don't know how I would have dealt with that situation any differently. Every time I see her cry, I'm like, oh my god, this would have been me. This would have been me. I would have cried by myself, like in like secret, but because there's camera everywhere, they will film it. But like, I will have cried so much, and then I'll cry because why am I crying? Because I feel like at some point she said, why am I crying? But then she said she's crying because she likes him so much. What is he going to do? She's not going to like. It's not easy for everybody to just turn off their feelings. So I definitely like understand her. And when she talked about this was the first time that she was having like a connection with someone that it was like mutual, and she just thought it was going to work out. So I guess she said she was on cloud nine. She definitely put like too much trust into it, because if not for that, the moment, because it was kind of obvious when Jomo started acting up to her, she would have like turned away from him. But I guess she was like, maybe just a little bit, maybe she can fix it, maybe she can. It just makes me feel like so bad for her, because I feel like I relate to her so much, and no, it's not exactly like a good thing. But like she's a really strong girl, as you can see. She like handled her, she let her feelings, like she felt what she was feeling, and then she handled it, she took care of herself. And I love when she told Jamok that we won't be meeting him. So I know for sure that if they were to meet him, so she'll ask him to call her Nona, or at least call her like the do name. Like she's not going to be like casual with him. I know she's not going to do that because she was hot. And that's still a fact. Whether you support Jamok or not, doesn't change the fact that you do what hot. Those are her feelings. Her feelings are very much valid. I'm really like proud of how she took care of it, and love that for her. And then I've seen people talk about how some people call her some kind of pick me because of how she talked to Yeomyeon. I'm going to talk about Yeomyeon last, but like kind of reminds me of like the second day when the girls were having a little chat, and Yeomyeon was like, oh, she's interested in Jongmok, and then Minyoung said she was also interested in Jongmok, and after that Minyoung was like, and I think he's interested in me also. We had this connection, we had this look, I can feel it. For some reason everybody seems to like forget that, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's like so strong, like she's so strong, she's like so cool. I really like her too. But like if you do a pick me because of the fact that she went to Yeomyeon to talk to Yeomyeon, then I think we should call Minong that also, which shows that both of them are not pick me. That's the point I'm trying to make. And also at one point I really feel bad for Yidu, because I realized that she wasn't really like, should I say, friends with a lot of people in the house. Because while she was crying alone. I would have cried alone too, obviously, but like we not see her share her thoughts with anybody at all, unless they just didn't show it to us. I would assume she would have shared those thoughts with Jiyeon, but like because of the situation, she couldn't. So that was a bit sad to see. But talking about Minyoung first, I think when they said she was going to be blunt, I really thought she was going to be like more blunt in the house. And I didn't like she fell in love so fast and became like she. I like that she did not become like too like gentle, too calm or anything because she was still giving Jaehyun back to back, and she was not able to bring like that like comfortability out of Jaehyun. For me, she's a very nice person. I really like her. I really like how she like she also like dealt with her feelings like the should I say the right way. She felt what she was feeling when she was angry. She felt her anger. She don't like hide it and pretend to be cool. And when she talked to John, she let him know I was a bit disappointed as just as a person, you shouldn't have done this. But like she did not like let that affect her. And I really love that. And she was such a good like support to the rest of the girls. Even your Myung that they were rivals or whatever, she was like, a good support to the girls and that was really nice. And then we have Young. She's like, such a good looking girl. She's like so smiley. I understand why Jaehyun was like, in love with her because she's like so smiley. She just gives happy vibes. I'm not going to lie though, her attitude is not like all for me. Her attitude is not all for me because when she turn up her nose, when you do like try to talk to her, I mean, that was shady and that's just it. And also the way she was like all like whiny, complaining, kind of mad that she didn't get the chance to talk to John Mook during John Mook and Yidu's dates. Like Miss Gay, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And also the way she was laughing out of her mind when when Jayen had that talk with her. I mean I get in that point. I get a little bit of it because I get that she was flabbergasted by that. I mean I would be too. Like you liked me this morning and now you don't, like what are you talking about? But like our response to it was just too like kind of exaggerated. Like the way she was laughing. She was laughing and I noticed that she really felt good about the fact that Jayon liked her. And I think the fact that I came back and it was like, well, I'm not sure about that. Kind of like, made her angry. But it just kind of shows, should I say, vibe that I really like. She did not have to like do that to him. She did not have to do that to him. And genuinely, like, he just did it so well because he still went to talk to her after. Could not be me. And I do not blame Jiyoung for that scene because Jiyoung was drunk. Because Jiyoung was drunk in that sense, she was just like, because she didn't even say much, she was just laughing with him. She was drunk, so no blame towards her. At the end of the day, I don't think she's like I don't think she's a bad person, but I think her attitude needs a little bit of, should I say, turning up or something. I hope she watches this show and realize something, because I don't know if she like took anything out of this show, like in general. And we have Jisoo. Jisoo has to be like the model, like participant for like if you have feelings for like more than one person, because I mean if you look at it a little bit, she was being too logical, but like sometimes you need to be logical about it. But like she was treating it like it was like some kind of like research paper. So like I at first I did not understand why how she said she liked three of them, because I thought she really liked Sang Oh. And then I saw somebody say she knew that three people voted for her. So she wanted to like, get all those people in and be like, okay, so which one of you is the best option? Like she was definitely being like logical, but not in like a calculating way or something. But I really love how she dealt with it. She got to went on one date with each of them, had a conversation with each of them. After the third date, she took one person off. After a few days, she took one person. Like I feel like that's the right way to do it. And she communicated this to them throughout. I saw some people say she dragged Youngi all for, she did not drag him off for too long. When she told him my position with you between you guys now is like 70% Sunli and 30% Youngi. I think that was like for her to like let Youngi know that I did like you. It's not just like I didn't just drag you and I'm just cutting you off now. I did like you and it was hard for me, but like at this point I've made this decision. I think that was the point. It wasn't like to drag him along at all. And I'm definitely going to use this to judge a lot of people from now on. When you have feelings for more than one person, this is how you should deal with it. You should like let them know. Let's kind of let us see what you're thinking. I really hope Sully works out for her. I mean, I'm not sure they will, but I will be. I want to be pleasantly surprised. And we have Miji. Oh, you guys, I really thought Miji and Jayin were going to have a thing at one point because she like taught Japanese. We found out that Jayin is like should I say an otaku. I thought they were going to have like maybe at least maybe friends and stuff. So maybe they're friends. I just didn't see it. But I'm really like kind of sad that we didn't see much of her the little bit that we saw, I know that she's a sassy queen. Because when she said, "What's wrong with this guy, Sam? Oh, he just keeps yapping. I'm not even getting what he's saying." You could see that she's someone that knows what she wants. So I really hope she finds like her own person very soon. Too. Starting with the star of the show, John Mook, obviously. From the first episode, I think he really stood out among the guys because he was the only one that was having like conversation, that was able to hold conversation, that was able to like keep conversation going among the guys in the house. So it was like so surprising, and we were all wondering, are you sure this guy has been single his whole life? Blah 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 blah. And also one other thing that I noticed was that he like had like such good manners that could be considered flirting, especially like on a dating show. When he went on a date with Minyoung and he asked her if he should wear his glasses and all, I was like, that is obviously flirting. Because Minyoung already like has feelings for him. So she's already thinking, oh, he's asking for my opinion, blah blah like that. So but then he still kept talking about how he wants to talk to you, do how you do still his top choice. So I was like, very like impressed that he's still sticking to his first choice, even though they hadn't talked them. And when they eventually got the chance to talk, he like dumped all his feelings straight up on her. So he went on and on about how you're my number one choice. My mind is never going to change. Blah blah blah. And you can't blame a poor girl. She started liking him too. And then their days were like so like responsive, so like interesting. They were both having fun. Like he even rejected Young in the meantime. So I think for most of us we're like, oh, it's definitely sealed. It's definitely you do. So up to the point where he pointed out how they were not like on the same wavelength, I think I was surprised. And when he explained it to her on that date, he kind of just like dumped his feeling on her. She was definitely caught off guard, so she was surprised. And then he just like said those things, and like at that after that moment became a whole different person, became all turn off to her. I think that was so scary. How can you easily turn on and off your feelings like that? I mean, you've been going on for like days about how this person is on the phone, and you've said it to them. It wasn't just within you; you've said it to them. So saying that kind of thing, there's no like very straightforward. Because the dude kept asking, "Is this something I can work on? Is it this? Is it that?" I think if you had been more specific, "Oh, you said this. I don't think I relate. You said this. I don't think I relate." I think she would have understood it more. But like, it did not give us something straightforward, something like straight, something firm as a reason. He just said, "Oh, we're not the same wavelength." I think for us, we kind of get him, but like the way he started acting after that, started acting very like off towards you do, and then he immediately turned on his feeling for someone else. Even though we saw it later that it didn't like come from nowhere, because Jiyeon and him have been like they've been friends, they've been like close for a while. I think he just like started realizing his feelings, but he definitely went about it the wrong way. First of all, he shouldn't have been all I'm 100%, I'm never changing to you in the beginning, which he did. And then immediately saw that something was going on. He should have said something like, "Oh, now I'm interested in you, and I'm caught in between you." So that's what they say on dating shows everywhere. If he could have said that, then you do be aware that now is the choice is between me and her. Not that he's saying, he even told her he's not going to like confess his feelings to Jiyeon. He's going to like not make her feel confused, which was all lies. And then why saying those same things? He's telling Jiyeon how he wants to marry her. So I'm like so confused. It wasn't even like he was leading Jeju on why he was confused about his feeling. He was sure about his feeling. He was already sure. He had already turned that off and turned Jiyeon on. He should have told her straight. He waited until he confirmed his like mutual feeling with Jiyeon before going to have the conversation with Yidu, which made me think, did he just leave Yidu hanging so that he could go back to her in case Jiyeon didn't like it? And I was so surprised in episode 9 to find out that he also like left Minyoung hanging, because he told her that, "Oh, you're also on my mind." And I don't think he has ever considered Minyoung, because the whole time is like when they went to the haunted house, he talked about how he just held her hand to be able to get out of the haunted house very fast. So I don't think he has ever considered that. So it was funny that he also left her hanging. It was kind of like a little bit more disappointing. Plus how I was already disappointed with how he like left things with Yidu. And the things I pointed out with Yidu, and how we like easily turn away from her, made me think, is it just feeling insecure because Yidu seems to be like, should I say, out of his league or something like that? Which sucks for him, really, not for Yidu. So it really seems like the amount of like attention he was, because I mean, four out of the 5 girls liked him. 4 out of these like really beautiful cool girls, 4 of them liked him. So he definitely got to his edge, and he like started misbehaving, because I don't understand why he left me on hanging. Because I think he should have told her from like, I don't know, that their first dates, because I don't think he's ever considered that. And his reasons also point to, I can't undo you. And instead of saying that straight up, it made her feel like she was the problem, which is just wrong. At the end of the day, he made a really cool couple with Gio, and they were like so cute. But it was also like very like it was bothering me a lot because on their last date, their overnight date, he looks like so like uninterested, kind of like bored. But that is 50-50 because we've seen that he's not as like outgoing with people that he likes, just like he was with you do in the beginning. So that was a little bit there. So I really hope he treats Jiyon well for Jiyon's sake. I'm rating him 5/10 because he really started out so nice, so sweet. Like something went wrong, something got to his edge. He doesn't know what he's doing at one point, starting from one point. The only person that I think he treated the right way was Jomyeon by like, cutting her off from the beginning, which also makes it seem like it was easier for him to cut off someone that he did not like at all compared to someone that he liked like a tiny bit, which ended up hurting those people, which made him end up being like a bad person to them. So I think he also like suffers from being like a mote solo because I think if it was someone else, I think if he had more experience, maybe he would have dealt with it better. I'm giving him 5/10 because in the beginning it did really seem like a good person. So I think something just went wrong somewhere. I hope he watches this and learns his lesson. And I really hope he treats Young well, cause bro, you better not mess up. Next we have my guy Jaehyun. Bro has to be like one of the best guys on this show. I mean, for him it wasn't even a dating show, it was more of a coming of age show. I think from like episode 3 or 4, I kind of figured out I don't need to see him in a relationship. I just want to see him like kind of like grow by the end of the show. I want to see him like learn more about himself, become more confident in himself because he's a really good looking guy. He's a really good looking guy, and the difference from like the beginning to like by the end of the show was like very noticeable, and like I was so happy for him. He did make like a bunch of mistakes here and there, and he like we could see him feel bad about it, but like he dealt with them very like swiftly, very quickly, even though he struggled. The way he apologized to Jiyeon when he made a mistake with Myung, the way he like rectified that the way he even confessed his feeling to her, like that was so nice for me. Like he's such a lovely, so considerate guy, and the friendship that I found with Myung and probably the other guys too, for his normal personality that we saw and for how much like grew throughout the show, is like absolutely a 9. I think he's going to like become I think he's going to be ready to become someone's boyfriend in the very, very near future. And I think the girls missed out. I think they should have more people should have talked to each other more. Let's talk about the last guy, the doctor guy, Sun Chan. I really feel bad for him. I don't know why they bring some kind of game changers when like they really don't change any game. Like no, it's to him obviously, but like we couldn't see much of him, so there's not much to say. We really didn't see a lot of him. We didn't really see him on dates to know, to get the kind of personality that he has in that kind of situation. But like he seemed like a really cute guy, so we're good for him. And then we have Yangi. This med school student was going through it. I like the fact that at one point he learned that I guess dating is not like study. I can't just like do things right and expect it, to work. And expect it to work that way because I've done things right. Dating is not like that. And for him, I don't think he really learned anything on the show because anytime they brought something up to him, it was like kind of defensive. But I think if he watches the show, when I hope he watches it, he's going to be able to like see his actions and how they were like a bit off. I think he's anxious. He's like a bit insecure, and he came on too strong, and he was whiny, and he's like kind of like unattractive. I think this did like him, but he just kept like being whiny and showing his anxiousness at this particular point. I just like made a big like minus for him. Some people were saying it was giving creepy vibe, but I don't really think it's that creepy. But I don't think it's that creepy, but like he's so anxious that his anxiousness was like showing, and he's also like being a little bit immature with his, or maybe a lot immature. It's not like that is your own problem. You should deal with this yourself. It's like bringing it out and projecting it onto the other person, and it's just like too much. And we have Sunli. I think at one point I just decided that Sunli wasn't like my favorite for no reason. There's nothing wrong with him. I just don't think I don't think I would vibe with him. His drinking game really like turned me off, and he has this air of competitiveness that is just too much. I personally don't think I'll be able to handle because I think he made things awkward between him and Youngi, even though Youngi is already awkward on his own because he kept being so competitive and so like just a little bit weird for me. And he and because he's been acting so like nonchalant, being kind of, and some people are referring to his manly. I don't see it as manly. He couldn't grow from the show. It just, I think he's the same person that he came in as, because he was so confident I was going to get the guy, and he eventually got the girl. So I think he's a really nice person, but I think he's someone that you're going to have to like teach them how to treat you right. And I don't think anyone wants to be in the position where you like continue teaching someone how to treat you right. You are going to like get hurt so many times, and it's going to get tiring at one point. And then we have Sam. Oh, I think bro came for like a free vacation, and I definitely think he left the way he came into the house. I don't think he learns anything, because honestly, for me, even though they were using it as like comedic relief, half of the time I was just giving bombastic side eye. Cause I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He's always like sitting. When he was sitting down eating the nachos, I almost like slapped. I almost slapped him into position. Like, can you? I don't know, pack yourself up a little bit. I mean, they tried to like dress him up and all, but in a way, it's still kind of like, I don't think he learned anything from this show. He also doesn't know what he wants, because I was surprised when he picked Minji at the end. I figured they did not show us a bunch of things, but we knew from like at episode 6 or what, that Minji was like tired of him just yapping without like any substance. He really turned off the two girls that were interested in him. So I think he really needs to work on himself too. I hope he watches the show and realize that even though he was funny, he just was a little bit out all over the place. He should have given the opportunity to someone else if he knew he wasn't taking this seriously. Like you could have met some other random person, or maybe if Sunshine had come in earlier, you would have had more chances. So kind of a waste.